Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, back here with another video. This is episode 55 in the Trading 212 portfolio update. Hope you're all doing well. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. We're at 739 subscribers on a mission to get to 1,000. If you can help, that would be amazing, and if you can like this video for the YouTube algorithm. So I'm looking to expand this channel and create new content. So if you can let me know what kind of videos that you would like to see, whether that be in stock analysis, new apps, walkthroughs, let me know in the comments down below. That would be really helpful in terms of generating new content and what content that you guys would like to see. So yeah, let's get started. It's been an incredible week. Roll the intro. All right, so let's dive into the portfolio overview. So as you can see, the portfolio is now at £9,802.40p. I've invested £9,397.43p. Returns at the moment is £404.97p. That is up 4.31%. However, the invested amount is slightly lower, and that is because I have closed a few positions and I have £181.88p of free funds. So we'll go through that in a minute, but what I want to show you right now is the point where my portfolio went from negative to a positive. So I'll show you that right now. So on the 9th of November, I'm going to show you a little screen recording that I did when the US markets opened. And essentially it went from minus £32.62p to a plus 59 and 21p. So, you know, and then it jumped to £230 straight after that. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to record this and share it with you guys. Anyway, let's get back into the portfolio update, and I'm going to break this down with top performing stocks, stocks that I've purchased, stocks that I've sold, and dividends that I've received in the last 7 days. So yeah, let's get started and smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. So this week, I think I've literally gone up about £900. So let's start off with top performing stocks this week. So with Airbus, current price is at €80.95. It is up 22.82%, which is insane. Really good, well, really impressive performance, to be honest. I've got 5.5 shares. It's valued at a total of £423.60p. Returns at the moment, I am up £128.62p. I'm up 43.6%. So that is really well, to be honest, really happy with that. And the FX fee, well, the FX impact is actually working in my favor as well, which is increasing my gains by about 1.72%. So it's only about a fiver, but you know, every little helps, to be honest. Moving on to the next one, which is British Land. So with British Land, it has been doing really well as well. In the last week, it is up 27.84%. So, you know, wow. I've got 77 shares. It's valued at around £367.21p. I'm up £18.77p. That's 5.39%. So with this stock, I'm still undecided what I want to do with it. Do I want to close it, or do I want to just hold on to it and see where it goes? I genuinely don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards getting rid of it. This is mainly because like we're in a second lockdown, and I don't know if this vaccine is going to solve our problems. So it'll be really interesting to know what you guys think about this. So yeah, I am kind of leaning towards getting rid of it and just closing the position. But I'd love to know what you guys think. But you know, like for me, like I do like British Land, but I'm thinking as a in terms of an opportunity, I could close it and then just buy it back at a lower price as lockdown continues, I guess. So I'd be really keen to know how this vaccine is performing, and hopefully we should get like an update in the next few weeks and see how it actually performs. So with Legal & General, it is at £2.41p. It's doing pretty well, to be honest. It is up 23.91%, which is insane as well. So really top performer this week in my portfolio, to be honest. Let's be clear about that. So I've got 120 shares in this. It's currently valued at £289.20p. I'm up £80.10p. That's 38.31% in the green. You know, I'm loving these numbers in the green. My average price is at £1.74p. So, you know, it's doing really well. I'm really happy with this. Like I said, it is going to be a long-term stock. However, there are rumors that Legal & General might be slashing their dividend. I haven't read too much into this. Moving on to Lloyd's is another top performer of this week. It is up 26.82%. Current share price is at 34p, or well, almost 35p to be honest. So I've got 1,400 shares. It's currently valued at £486.08. I am down £41.19. That's 7.81% in the red. So, it has recovered quite a lot. If we look on the month, it pretty much was at around 26p. So, it has come up quite a lot with the COVID vaccine news. So again, it would be quite interesting to see how this vaccine, essentially performs. And then moving on to top fallers of the week. So let's move on to that. And the first one of the top fallers is Alibaba. Alibaba hasn't had a really good week, to be honest. It really isn't. So it was just under $300 to be honest at the start of the week, and now it's at $260. So it has dropped quite a lot. It is down around 13.08%. I'm still doing all right. I've got 1.7 shares. I'm up £65.16. That's 24.08%. So gains and losses, I am up 27%. However, the FX impact is kind of taking around 3.2% away from my returns. So, a slight impact there. But at the same time, now that I've seen Alibaba hit around 310, I'm tempted to increase my position on this, but I'm not sure. Do you think Alibaba is going to fall slightly more? Because there is a lot of tensions going on with China and the way that they've blocked Ant Group's IPO. So I'd be really keen to know what's going to happen to that. The second faller of the week is Cloudflare. Cloudflare hasn't done too well this week. It's down around 1.1%. I'm still doing pretty well. I've got 15 shares. I'm up £510.71. Returns is around 239%. So, pretty happy with that. Like I said, again, this is a long term, so I don't know why I keep bringing this up. So I'm just going to leave it for now and just let it do its thing. Moving on to my buys this week. So I've added a little bit to the IUSA and Google, and this is just through my Pi. Not a huge amount. Energy Transfer is another one that I've added to the portfolio this week. I've got 420 shares now, valued at £1,702.04. I'm still down quite a lot, to be honest. I'm down £376.59. So that is 18.12% in the red. I am expecting a dividend this week. Well, I reckon Trading 212 will pay it the following week. So, I should get it in the next 9 days, 10 days or something like that. So not too worried about that, but I should be expecting around $65, $70. So, pretty happy with that, to be honest. Moving on to the next buy, which is Realty Income. So I've added a little bit more to this position. I believe I've added, a share or maybe half a share. Let's just double check that, so I'm not lying. I've actually added half a share, to be honest. So with that, I've got 12 shares now, and is currently valued at £573.10. So I'm up £17.60. That's 3.17% in the green, 8.72% in the week. So, it's quite a strong performer. Moving on, Main Street Capital is the next one that I've added to this. And with Main Street Capital, it is doing pretty well. It is up 7.65% in the week. I've got 17 shares, however, I'm still in the red. I'm down £8.95. That's 2.2% in the red. Not ideal, but, I have averaged down on this, to be honest. And I did purchase just half a share, so may purchase some more if the price does dip a little. But, I've got £180 to invest, so I'm going to hold on to that until I see some kind of good values coming in. I'm not going to go buy it on Monday morning just because I think the prices are quite steep, and I do expect them to be like another little drop or something. So that's where I'll swoop in and spend that £180. So I've sold a number of stocks today. 2 positions I've closed and 1 I've decreased. The stock that I've closed first was Lyft, if I can spell Lyft. So Lyft, I've closed my entire position on this, and I did sell this at a slight loss, probably not even 50p of a loss, to be honest. I just wanted to get rid of it just because they haven't really been performing as well as I had hoped, but at the same time I wanted to invest it into something else. And well, to be fair, just to get out, because I had quite a small position, it was only 1.5 shares, and I've already got money in Uber, so I figured I might as well stay out of Lyft and put it into something that is going to do better in the long run. Well, not saying that Lyft isn't, but it has been kind of stagnant, and plus there are COVID cases going on the rise, so it just doesn't really make sense to me, in my opinion, to be honest. Moving on to BT, I've actually reduced my position, and it's actually one of the top performers this week. So with BT, I have reduced my position at a loss because I think that even though they haven't resumed their dividends, they are rising, but I think they are going to drop, and I will buy back the 80 shares that I've sold at 124, 125 ish, and I'll just buy them back at £1, and I'm hoping they drop at £1. But if they don't, I'm not too worried. I've still got 250 shares in BT, so it has been fairly stagnant, and it's at quite a good price, and it's done this in the past where it has gone up and I haven't really sold it, so I decided to sell it this time and hopefully buy it back later. I'm going to see if it works, but if it doesn't, I'm not going to cry about it, because it's something that's just been sitting there for a while and it hasn't really generated me any income. It's still at a loss, to be honest. I am down £27 and 2p. That's 8.07% in the red. And the other position that I've decided to close, which is DS Smith. So with DS Smith, it hasn't really doing that well, to be honest, over the last 6 months. I've decided to sell it. However, over the week it is up 11%. That's the reason why I closed it. I figured, that money could be put to better use into an existing stock that I have. So yeah, I've basically closed this, and I closed this at a very small profit, maybe a few pounds at best. So I haven't really lost out on this one, but I do like DS Smith, but I feel like they may drop again, and I might buy it at a cheaper price, but I'm not going to hold out on it and just keep it for now. So I reckon I'd probably buy back into it if it falls below £3, but that's just my opinion. I'd love to know if you've got this stock in your portfolio, what are your plans for it? Are you bullish on it, or are you going to sell it? So yeah, that'd be kind of cool to know about that. And moving on to the last thing, which is dividends. So I've received one dividend this week, and it is from, if we can find it, it is American Express, and I received a dividend of 28p. So it's not huge, but it does help, and it does kind of build onto my existing dividends for the month. I am expecting Energy Transfer to come in, and I think I'm expecting as well Realty Income, Main Street, and maybe no, that's it. That is it. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm expecting. But yeah, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this video, and smash that like button, please. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter. If you're interested in trying out Trading 212, don't forget to use the links in the description below, where you'll get a free share when you deposit money into your account. And happy investing. See you in the next one.